And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Transport Fever. Okay, closing that off so we can really go hog wild with this. Now, I might want to add a little branch to go to Columbus, just for funsies. Try to grow these cities as much as possible, or use this line. I could use this line to go to Chicago, I guess. Look at all the people waiting here. Holy cow. I might need to add another train to that little line. Okay. Back to where we were doing. We are basically going to go straight down. And there's a tunnelable hill right there? I did not realize that. But, it is what it is. We're just going to do it. So, let's figure out which track we want to use. Future use. We want Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Buffalo. So, let's leave these middle two alone, whatever. And we're going to try to use this we're going to use the second to the outside one. No, field won't be removed because look at that. We line right up with that perfectly, and all is well with the world. So we're just going to buy it and hope for the best. So, lines. New line. Detroit to Indianapolis East. I did rename all these major train stations. So you got Northeast, South, and West. And let's see. This is the green, red, blue, cyan. We need a purple line. Yes, we need a purple line. So this is Indianapolis, Detroit, commuter. Purple, pink. It's a little bit of both. Okay. Line is in. Next, we need a station, or a depot. Station. Oh, Lord. My train had me all confused. Okay. Depot. Spin you around. Should be good. So, buy train. And we're going to make it, oh yes, purple. Do we want Flying Scotsman? Or do we want to go just whole hog and go to A4? Could make a pink big boy. But the running costs on that are crazy. We're going to do A4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you are going to be Indianapolis, Detroit commuter. Give a little bit more use of this area here, which will increase even more of the land values or the building values, which will aid in the growth. Now let's help Detroit along a little bit. And let's see, how do we want to run the lines? So let's get the lines ready. So I want to go here and here, here and here. We're going to run around and essentially I want it to run. If I put them here, they're going to cut in and go around like that. I'd rather have it go straight around and stop right here. And avoid these little rinky-dink. But that is a little close. So we're just going to put them here and here. And also, good old Windsor, you get some love and attention too. So you get some here and here. And what is this? What is this? Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah, you don't have very much room to grow there, Mr. Windsor. What are you going to do? Your options are very, very limited. So 2 in Windsor should be good. And the rest is good enough. So, new line, new line. First, we're going to do one just for Detroit. So, Detroit is here, here. How am I driving? Here, here. And we're going to peak into Windsor. I think. No. We're going to remove that. Can I add it to this one and have it? No. I don't like it when it routes like that, when it dead ends. So we're going to run that one as it is. Detroit, pass clockwise. We're going to do a new line. And this is going to be here, here. See, look at that. Nice route all the way around. It's good. Now, can we then add it to here? And then to here. And have it route relatively intelligently. That looks pretty good. So if people want to move around here, they can go from here to here to back to here. So that's a kind of a short circuit there. And then if they really want, they can hit up Detroit branch and go all the way to lovely Indianapolis. So this is going to be, I'm going to make this a darker yellow. Well, that looks really horrible. We're going to make it a really bright, vibrant yellow. This is going to be Windsor, Detroit, pass. We're not going to do a clockwise or counterclockwise on this for reasons that we don't need them. So the depot is really not as important. So we're just going to slap the depot here. And road vehicles. First, yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all going on Detroit passenger clockwise. And we're going to go the brighter yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are going to be on the Windsor Detroit passengers. Good times, good times. And the last but not least, this little connection here, which actually I need to use this. And let's make sure we're not messing up our track. Looks like we're doing pretty good there. So we'll connect that back up. And what are you complaining about? I just upgraded you. Detroit to Windsor. The street connection is fine. You're actually faster than you were before. So what are you complaining about? Travel time is 11 seconds. 1 second allowed. Yeah, that's going to be kind of hard to hit. Travel time of 1 second? Yeah, not really possible there. Oh wow, you see that? Let's see if this bus does it. Oh, he's not going to do it. Whee! Yeah, I'm not going to worry about you because that 1 second allowed. All I did was put a bridge in there for no reason other than, you know, making it look cool. Making it look like an official channel because you got Detroit here. We're missing a lake. There should be a huge lake up here with like Duluth and other stuff. You got the mitten here of Michigan. Yeah, we're definitely missing a lake. So we've got Detroit connected now. We've got people actually using the line, which is fantastic. A whole lot of people. How many do you have? 2. You have 2 whole people. How many are waiting here? 5. Well, that's better than nothing. And it looks like our land value has bounced back. I have enough to put another train. Where are all my trains? I just zoomed out too far. Okay, there's one stop there. There's one there. Oh, what do we get? Studebaker. Oh, there's our boxcar. There's our boxcar. So, you, Mr. Food Replacement. Let's check out the new boxcar. So here's the one we're using. Top speed 75. Running costs are pretty abysmal, almost $100,000 a year. And it holds 12. The new boxcar holds 18. Didn't touch that, but the running cost is 40,000, and that even might be high. I mean, we had a little discussion in the comments, and that running cost might even be about 10x higher than it needs to be. But kind of averaging it out, kind of round up quite a ways, and 40,000 a year is pretty good. Didn't mess with the capacity at all, but the speed, yes, 62,000 miles an hour. I wanted to make sure we encompassed as many trains as possible. And what train is this? Oh yeah, that's the commuter that needs to be changed. So let's change this train here. Big boy? Or, let's see, power, 6,200 horsepower. That's a pretty good amount of horsepower. And pretty good speed as well. Top speed 81. How about the Hiawatha? Yeah, not as many horsepower. You need that horsepower because we're going to be adding some serious cargo to this thing. How many do we have on there now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we almost have 120 on there. So if I do 10 of the new ones, that's 180. That's even more. So let's add the big boy. That is a beast of an expensive... Oh, that's expensive. Okay, boxcar. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that. Yeah, the price I didn't mess with. 2.4 million for each one of these babies. Ooh wee. Boxcar, 2.4 million. So this thing can hold 180, and it can go 81 miles an hour versus 108 at 50 miles an hour. So it should be much more profitable. Should guarantee to run the line twice a year at least. And since it holds so much, we should be able to deliver at least 180, at least 360, double the number of food that we are currently delivering. So we are going to yes 25%, and it's going to be an expensive train, $35 million train. But look at it. I mean, the finances right now are pretty hefty. And the big benefit here is the upkeep cost will actually be in line with what this one is. Depending on what is the running cost of a big boy. Let's see, big boy. So 1.93 million a year. So our running costs for this smaller train are 1.5. Whereas if we were using the vanilla box cars, they would be, this train would be so expensive to run, it probably would never even make any money. So we're gonna follow you. How old are you again? 16. So you're fine. We are just cruising warp speed. Trying to get this done in this episode here. This is actually quite the trip this thing makes. Of course, it's only going 50 miles an hour, so look out, cars. Here I come. Okay, we are going to slow her down. This is going to take 2/3 of my money. Boink. 100% no. Okay. Plus it loads really fast. What is the loading speed on 100x? Yeah. Just because in the late game you can't move enough materials. That's the whole point of the reason why I made those weird changes that I did is you can't physically move enough material to satisfy demand in really, really big cities. So I just had to make a few tweaks to get the game to really acknowledge that, yes, I did want to do that. So this thing now is a beast of a system. What is the running cost? 2.3. So we're looking at about 800K extra a year, but we're going to haul a vast, just so much more than we were before. And this is just a magnificent machine. I mean, look at that thing. How did they feed this thing coal? How do they get coal down, to the boilers down? I mean, I don't know the mechanics of it, but I do know that this train is just crazy. It'd be nice to see one of these in real life. I know there's probably a museum or something that has one, but to actually see one operate would be crazy. After playing these games gives me a new appreciation for the engineering that went into these. I mean, look at all these parts in here. It's a crazy, crazy system. So we haven't hit our max speed yet. We've been accelerating this whole time. And 81 is our max, and we're coming into the station. We might tickle it. 81. Yeah, we just barely made it. And here we go. The big payday. Moving food, more food, faster. Let's see if we made up some of our running costs. 4 million for that. This is going to really look at the difference in income. Holy cow. And now the trucks delivering food have a lot of food to move because we unloaded 100 directly into commercial, and now we have another 74 that we have to move by truck. And the late game trucks I also modded to the very last game. The Freightliner trucks actually hold 50 resources, and their running costs are also set because the game, when you tweak the running costs, are the either the speed, the cargo capacity, that affects their formula for price and running costs. So what I do is I go in and look at what the running costs are of the normal vehicle. adjust it to be a little bit more realistic, and then hard set it before I change the capacity or anything else. So this little guy here is just cruising back home for another load of food. And we already have another 180 at least waiting. And Green Bay is actually unloading food now, so he should be tickling a profit margin. Look at that. Starting to make a little profit here. And Green Bay should be showing, yes, we are indeed. Look at that. We're delivering food up here, and it is pretty good supply. So let's look at our charts. Yeah, look at commercial just taking off big time, which should really affect Chicago, and by part it should affect down here as well. Because this mainly connects to industry, I can feed Green Bay, and then Chicago's residents can go up to Green Bay to shop, and then go down south to Indianapolis to work. It's one of the reasons why there are so many people waiting right here. Well, we are already back to load up another set of food. So that was a phenomenal payday. 4 million per run was great. And boy, does that load fast. Nice. Can't wait to see how that works on the later game mechanics. And we are officially moving all of the food out. So that is good. And look at that. We are bumping up now the amount that we're delivering, which is phenomenal. And the Columbus line has bounced back now that we've got more commuters on there. So I might want to look at adding another train to that, because these finances are coming back slowly as more and more people. Let's go check out Washington and Philadelphia here. Washington has really blossomed into a big city, and Philadelphia likewise. Look at that. Both sides are now well developed and growing quickly. So these are being used more and more. So a counterclockwise route might be beneficial in here sometime, which will deliver more people into my passenger stations. And of course, once we get the Flirt, that will revolutionize this line, and it will just go crazy. And so far, Detroit is actually giving us a little bit of income. So yay for Detroit. Windsor, however, sadly, oh, look at that. It's actually benefiting. That's good. Good times. All right. Well, that will do it for this episode. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.